Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackbird 91. We're dropping another video about Jonathan Major's crisis with Disney. Yes, it's crazy right now because 20 million is on the line and much, much more. Yes, Jonathan Majors and Disney situation has just got a bit worse for Disney. And the funny thing is, I went down a loophole. Okay. I went down a loophole and I started trying to find different articles and stuff. And I started to realize there's a lot of things that are happening. Okay, we have uh, Jonathan Major's situation with Disney, but we also have Jeremy Renner, who was also accused of abuse during his divorce case with his wife, as well. Abuse in terms of emotional, mental, physical. Apparently, he put a gun in the mouth of the child. Like, yo, there's a lot of wild ass ish supposedly that he also did and was on the verge of being fired by Disney as well, or say Marvel, in regards to his role, because he plays Hawkeye as well. And then obviously recent craziness that's happening on Netflix with I think it's David Chang or something like that. I can't remember his name exactly. I might have misquoted his name, so don't quote me on that. And the situation with one of the co-stars who was not joking, was very serious about raping black women. And one of the main star of Beef, the TV show Beef, the main star Stephen Young, was saying that his co-star has learned, has grown, is doing the work to be better. And obviously he's been under fire because I think he's now playing in Marvel and a Marvel film as well. I think Thunderbolts or Thundercats or whatever later on 2024. So there's a lot of things going on around Marvel and around Disney as well because they obviously own it at the moment. But focusing on Jonathan Majors and the situation right now, Disney are scared to let him go because there could be a 20 million lawsuit coming his way, because until he is proven guilty, it's looking like they can't drop him. Like, this is what I felt like should have been happening in the first place. Everybody should be waiting till the evidence comes out. And the evidence has been coming out. I did another video previously. Evidence has come out of video of her using her hand and she didn't have a broken hand. Now, that aspect, I believe that woman's probably potentially, based on the evidence so far, I think she might be lying. But there are obviously other women who have come out, or sorry, other people that are said to have come out who are also filing a case as well. I have a feeling if this woman gets proven that she was lying, it throws too much of a doubt and a stain on the rest of the people who, no matter how many there are, saying that he did what he did to them as well. I think it throws a stain, especially if they're white. Okay, ain't nobody gonna believe them after this. So if this doesn't work out, I think this will be a stain on any other people coming out saying later on that we think that he did this X, Y, and Z, because they'll be like, well, we know your people them like to the Caucasoids like to be Karen, and when it suits them, like to cry tears of manipulation when they get called out. So you know what I mean? So that could also be an issue as well. So that's something to think about. But let's just read a little article, obviously by Marvel, Marvel by Disney, and what they're saying as well. Let's put a little background music for you guys. Yeah, little background music. Keep going along inside the conversation. Read up. Okay, I'm reading it so you don't have to. Okay. It says here Disney is facing a looming crisis over its multi-million-dollar star Jonathan Majors after he was charged with assaulting his girlfriend. The movie giant has the worldwide premiere of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on Thursday, when stars including Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Vin Diesel, Karen Gillan will tread the red carpet at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. There, the stars will be left in awkward positions of facing questions about their Marvel Universe's Manhattan arrest. Colleagues of Manhattan arrest for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend, Grace Jabari, 30, last month. So far, Disney and Marvel have been silent, but insiders tell the Post that Disney bosses fear that if they dump Majors, he will sue, and instead, they are waiting to see if the case will go to trial. At the same time, he has adopted an aggressive legal strategy, releasing footage to attempt to portray his now ex-girlfriend as a liar and highlighting that he is black. I mean, I didn't know he was black, but I do know now. Majors 33, a Yale drama school grad who played Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp and starred in Creed 3, is now one of Disney's biggest investments. Sir, I hope you learn these snow bunnies will get you killed. Okay. Nice shoes, by the way, though. Love the shoes. Variety this week reported has signed 20 million payday, including back-end compensation for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, but that is only the start of his enmeshment in the entertainment giant slate. He's also signed up to star in Avengers: Secret Wars. And he has a separate deal to appear as Kang in Loki on Disney Plus, the streaming service. Alongside this, Disney Searchlight Studio has snapped up his most recent movie, Magazine Dreams, in which he plays a tormented bodybuilder. Shout out to Kang. All right. And he presented at the Oscars, another sign of his rise in stardom. Majors has already been getting Oscar buzz for the film, which is slated to release in December. An Oscar win for the Disney would be seen as a vindication of Boomerang and CEO Bob Iger's focus on creativity, but now the studio has to consider whether it will stand by the film. Jeez. Only one highly placed Hollywood studio source said the studio needs to be careful should Majors in fact threaten legal action, adding it's very possible they are waiting for things to play out before they make that decision. There's definitely a legal consideration. They need to gather facts should there be a disruptive dispute over his removal from any projects. But his arrest for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend, British dancer Jabari, is threatening to upend his promising career, which is a bit of a shame as well. Okay, so this is Jabari as well, I think, as well in the dance, which is kind of scary. Is that who that guy plays? Zorro? I don't know. Variety have also reported multiple alleged abuse bits and are speaking with Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office. The DA declined to comment to the post. Majors was arrested in NYC March 25th over alleged domestic dispute with Jabari in a car as they returned to Manhattan from Brooklyn. Okay, so look, let me be very frank. I love this post. I ain't gonna lie to you. Love it. This post just gives me a sweetness. Anyway, I shouldn't say sweetness because that's pause. That sounds kind of wrong, but you know what I mean. Again, I honestly, like I said, I think this was a witch hunt. In this particular case with this woman, I think it's a witch hunt. I'm not talking about the rest of those who have gathered up in the four winds and come together. I'm talking about the fact that this woman here, okay, I think is a part of the witch hunt, right? And as according to the evidence that's been released so far, I could change my mind again if they release more evidence and it disproves what he says. But now with Disney having to be cautious, this is what other brands should have done. The PR team should have been cautious and waited. They didn't. They put him down. The ad campaign for the army situation, which is fair, they said they're going to pause it. They're not saying they're going to remove it completely. They're pausing it. They're waiting to see what happens. It's really interesting how quickly things have been removed. But I just checked on internet now as well. Ezra Miller's film is still coming out. If you don't know about Ezra Miller's story, maybe I have to do a video for you guys. He's an abuser. Straight up. Okay, and he's still operating. He white though. Sorry, let me say that again. He Caucasoid. Dana White, if you know about UFC, I think he abuses his partner, his own wife, physically as well, right? But he runs UFC, so he does his own kind of thing. He had a situation too. Amber Heard is now back. After petitions even didn't want her be in it, she's now back in Aquaman 2, right? She's now back in Aquaman again. After they signed petitions of almost 4 million people didn't want to see her again in this movie, but yet she has found her Caucasoid self back again in the films. The reality is the standard for black people and white people, Caucasoids, are much more different, right? And when I say Caucasoid, what I mean by that is a certain type of white. When it comes to power and how they're seen by the legal system, it's completely different, right? Cool. So, it's interesting, from the situation to see how it's all played out. But this young lady, Jabari, has come out and obviously told us that she recants her statement. And at first, people were saying it sounds just like a DV victim. It did, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it didn't help matters. But when the evidence has come out, it's giving deranged. It's giving somebody who may be mentally unwell. Okay, it's giving. So at this moment in time, Disney, they can't drop the boy until they get the full evidence, and it's on the case on May the 8th. So we have to wait for that fateful day. Hopefully, the truth comes out and the justice is done accordingly. We don't know what's going to happen, but you know how it be. But like I said, I don't think he paid his tax and his tithes and offerings to the church of who. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate it, guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you again.